Good morning, everyone. I didn't think I'd be back quite so soon, but I have managed to get things going. This is the final result of these passive radiators. I'm not sure if I mentioned that they were 10-inch speakers before. Again, the same situation there. I added another coat of the caulk, and when I was done I painted it all for no particular reason. Just looks a little bit better. Even though I did get some caulk up on there, I didn't want to touch that with the paint. So what I have is already installed the woofer, and this is the one from the other one. As you can tell, it's got a fairly robust magnetic structure, and because of the part number on there, I determined, and the style of construction, I determined that it is indeed a Phillips, and it has had the same new surround installed on it. Okay, and this is the tweeter that will be used, and it's been reclaimed from a realistic Radio Shack, and it comes complete with its own little baffle with, I don't know whether you can see that, it's got some stuffing in there. They're not as good as a soft dome tweeter, but they were free, and they're not too bad. So they've already been installed. I'll just turn this around so you can see they've already been installed in the front of this box. I built this 2 years ago maybe, just out of particle board, and then I had some veneer, or thin veneered. Can you see that? Ooh, nice finish, nice clear. So what I did, I wanted to place the passive radiator on the back, because obviously the design was not tall enough to allow for one to be put on the front. I had put internal bracing all along the back, and I had forgotten that I did that. So when I took these drivers out, I saw that it was impractical to try and do that. So what I've done is use my router and circle jig, and I cut a hole in the side. So I have replaced or reinstalled the woofer and the tweeter, hooked it up to the crossover network, which is just a cobbled together one of my own. So now the proof will be in the pudding. If you'll bear with me, I shall install the passive radiator here. I know this is going to be extremely exciting to watch me put these screws in. And they're just number 8 by 3/4 inch pan head screws, which I buy almost by the busload. Also, if you can see, let me tilt this back a bit, you can see that I am using my hand to protect the cone, and through bitter experience I have found out that it's very easy for the screwdriver to slip and go right through the cone, which tends to destroy the speaker. So once or twice bitten, 3 times shy. So I guess it's better to go through my hand than to go through the speaker, maybe. Hopefully not either. So these are being put in without any gaskets. If I'm satisfied with the way it sounds, I will just remove the drivers again, not the tweeter because it has its own gasket, and I'm satisfied that that's going to seal things. I will put some silicone, like GE silicone. This is already hooked up to my test amp. Now the truth happens. Let's just see what we get here. I don't want to deafen anybody, and of course I'm not allowed. Because I wasted the light between both these times. I drew a really thin line. It's nothing I planned, and not that. Let's see what the next track sounds like, if it loads. Well, there's no bass to that one. I'm not sure what this disc is.
I don't want to see you waiting. I've already gone too far away.
Okay, right off the bat, from my memory, I can say without a doubt that this is at least 10 times better sounding than the way it was before. The boominess is gone, and even though running a speaker on my bench like this is not the best way to get a good idea of how good a speaker system sounds. And I know that on YouTube sound channel through your own computer speaker system you wouldn't be able to judge how good this sounds, but you'd have to take it from me and my old ears that it sounds very good. The tweeter's reasonable. The sound doesn't saw your ears off, and I made some changes to my crossover network to mellow out the mid-range a bit, and the bass, as you might be able to determine, is quite solid, thumpy, down low. What I'll do later on off camera is see if I can figure out a way to test the resonance of the system as it is. I'll have to read up on that. I know how to test free air resonance by hanging the speaker in the in the middle of the air, in the middle of the room, about 2 feet away from everything, and measuring across, say, an 8 ohm resistor. You look for the null on the resistor, which means the peak. I believe that's the way it goes. It's either that or the other way around. I don't know. At any rate, I can check on that, and so can you. So anybody that's handy with some woodworking skills and has access to some reasonable quality woofers and some even not so reasonable quality other woofers, to try this out. This is the 3rd time I've done this, and I'm pleased. Now, if you can bear with me, I'll see if I can pan up and zoom in wherever it is. There it is. Oh, it's right in the middle of the light. I'll take that out, and so it's right in the middle of that light. Nope, I need that on. Ah, dear. There we go. These were my first effort, and they are phenomenal sounding. The actual driver is this. Now, it happens to be very high quality mid woofer, I guess is what you call it. Also a Philips. It has a professional crossover network, and this was just, I guess it's an 8-inch. Is it an 8-inch? That's a 6-inch, so this must be 8-inch. And I did the same exact thing, not quite as pretty as this. It's just a double cut slug glued together, glued onto this. And what I did in anticipation of having to tune it is to embed a brass screw, a brass bolt from back, and put a nut on there in case I found a way to tune it, and then I could add some fender washers or whatever to the back. I haven't bothered. Up there, it's my main speaker system for low to mid power amplifier testing. The top tweeter is a phenomenally good tweeter. It's a Mirage soft dome that was a giveaway at a curbside I don't know how many years ago, and I salvaged all the tweeters, and they are very nice. They're soft dome tweeters and have a massive magnet structure in behind. The cabinet is just particle board. Actually, I think this was made from old kitchen cupboard doors, and I applied a medium brown, sort of mahogany color, mid-brown paint to it, and then I took black paint, mixed it with some latex paint, mixed it with some varathane, and rolled it on heavily and then bagged it off, and then you get that pattern that looks very good there. I'm pleased with it all the way around, and as my go-to system for testing amps and receivers here for myself and customers, works great. So that's the whole story. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Stay safe.